This is Jack Powell and the Dirt Level.
Oh, it's a camera.
Hello, I'm Jack. I write the songs and I play guitar in Jack Powell and the Dirt Level. In Vino Veritas is written as a kind of drunken love song. We're supposed to be. I'd never done a love song before, and the time felt right to actually have one and mean it. And it's kind of much easier than I thought in the end. I mean, it took ages to write because I couldn't get past the first verse. I had the riff and I had an idea for a chorus, but it all felt very unnatural to me. And I'd never written about love before, so it felt very uncomfortable to talk about because I didn't know what was cliched, what was embarrassing, what was not heartfelt enough, or what was too heartfelt. You know, there were so many different areas it could have fallen into nasty, but eventually it just came out like kind of tempering feelings until it became hopefully poetic, but also true, which is why it's in Vino Veritas. That was so much fun.
I'm Callum and I play mandolin, fiddle, guitar and banjo. I've played fiddle for about 10 years or so, and then I picked up guitar about a year later, and the other things I picked up more recently. My mum played fiddle, which is sort of the reason I took up the fiddle. And yeah, and sort of fiddle led to other instruments. So yeah, my dad also used to do sort of quite a bit of folk singing in sort of pub sessions and things as well, sort of around sort of Edinburgh.
Support Act was written as a joke for a friend, a teacher of mine, Dan Foden, when I was back at Access. Put me on a gig first, and I have a bit of a thing about being put on first. I must admit I don't like it. I never enjoy it, and it was kind of, I'd been there for a few years and I thought, no, I want to be on second or third. I don't know why it mattered at the time, but it did. So I thought I'd write this song as a joke and play it to him, and it went down well. Everyone laughed and he stuck his fingers up at me. So it had the desired effect, but once I'd done it once, like for that gig, I tried again, another gig and again, and I kept just really enjoying it, and it became a kind of staple song.
Hello, I am Ben, and I play the bass guitar. I've been playing bass for, I don't know, 3 years. I played guitar when I was 9. I've been playing since I was 9. And then my friends decided to start a band and they needed a bassist, and I thought, well, why not? So yeah, I joined that, and yeah, that's it.
Songs are mostly written about midnight and 2 in the morning, somewhere in between there, when you get into such a drowsy state, you don't really know what you're doing on the guitar, you're just kind of fiddling around, and then like your fingers make an accidental chord, and that usually makes something, that's what usually makes a song. That kind of accidental chord that sounds, oh, that's alright, and that builds up from there. Or a particular phrase will be going on my head for a few days, and I'll add a melody to that, or shower, bath, going to the toilet, anywhere where I've got long periods of sitting and staying in space. Usually something will come out of that.
Hi, I'm Robbie. I play drums for Jack. I played in marching bands when I was in middle school, so I've been playing a single drum since I was 11. But I bought my brother's kit off him when I was 13, and I'd say that's when I started playing properly. So that's 6 years. I joined Jack it's now coming up to 2 years ago, I think. Yeah. He just lost his band, or his old band split up, and I came to play drums for him, and it was just me and him for a while. He couldn't really find another band that would suitably fit what we needed to do. And yeah, so it's now come up to a year and a half, and hopefully another year and a half longer.
I'd watched Jack a few times, and I watched him with their previous bassist, and then they left and he was looking for one, and I had already learned quite a few of the songs because I was quite a big fan of Jack Powell, and then Robbie introduced me, and we went from there.
Play Dead was written, I suppose you could call it stealing, but I thought it was like paying homage to Peter Green with Need Your Love So Bad. I got really taken with that song for a good number of months, and I wanted something quite similar. And Langhorne Slim's got another song called My Lord, and it's a similar progression. Like, it's a really popular chord progression. You know, That's Life, Frank Sinatra's a similar one. It's a kind of blues standard. And when I played it by accident, and the feeling of kind of sleepiness and being lulled and at ease, it all flowed into it, and that's what made the song. It was really easy to write. It took about 3 hours, and it completely just came out really, like, I know it's a horrible phrase, but it came out organically. It just kind of grew, which I love.
A stupid band, and it's nice, it's funny, it's always exciting.
Being in a dirt level is it's always fun. We act like fools sometimes, but yeah, it's mainly fun and acting like fools, dancing on stage, but in a loving, caring way, of course.
It's the most charming thing I've ever done. I've never had such a kind of motley crew, I guess. Because we've had a few members run through, and Robbie's seen a fair few of them being on drums. I don't think we've ever had this much fun ever, because I think it's a kind of meeting of minds. All get the same jokes and get the same idea of just stupid fun, which is the most healthy. But thoughts on the dirt level as a whole is I like it. I like having it as a kind of that sounds really pretentious. It's a project. I like that. I can have something people can step in and step out of. Like, rather than it being like a band, or if we were called like the Dirt Level Band, then I'd be too scared of losing members, because if we were all writing songs, then there's too much pressure to stick together, and I can't lose him, it's his right to the song. But I like that this is all my songs, and you guys can just do whatever you want, and we can just have fun on it. That seems much more friendly to me.
It's good to be able to sort of come up with accompaniments to Jack's songs. So yeah, it's sort of it's sort of more creative.
Perhaps I'm Sick was written because I do have a few illnesses, like I can't bend my toes, got a bit of a stomach problem, so I can't eat too much. just fairly broken at scenes because I've got a bit of like back problems. Well, it's all rubbish, but it was written because I hate people considering me to be too weak or fragile to have to do anything or easily pushed aside because of this. I hated that, so it was supposed to be a kind of ballsy. Come on then, if you think I'm that damned weak, let's try something. So it was supposed to be like a retaliation of that. But when you say it in my little voice, it sounds completely stupid. So I guess that's counterintuitive.
The goal is to tour. I'd like to do UK and then possibly get some small venues in Europe, and then hopefully the bigger venues, obviously. But we'll have to see how we get on with that. Yeah, just playing about really and getting our name out there. That's the goal.
Clockwork was the first song I ever properly wrote. I wrote it when I was 15, I think just nearly 16. Yeah, probably 15, nearly 16, when I was in a band called Stark Contrast, who were fun, but we weren't very good at all, and I was writing awful songs. But Clockwork was fun because it was just, you know, G, A minor, it was simple. And it doesn't mean anything. I must admit that the lyrics were just lyrics that came to me at the time, but I've applied it to different things over the years. So if anyone's like, oh, is it about that? You go, yes, it's definitely about that. That's exactly why I wrote it. But it's never had any real meaning. It's just one of those ones you apply it to where you want, which I guess is a good purpose for any song. You can take it how you like it.
We all just works like clockwork. The cogs turned. You thought about it and then
Thank you for watching this lovely video.